Hello everyone and welcome to the next major tutorial here on Ducttapestuff. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a duct tape magic wallet. So basically I'm just going to show you the basic concept on how to make one, and then you can kind of experiment what you want with the different shapes and adding it into different kinds of wallets and stuff like that. Let me first start off by saying that I'm not really a huge fan of magic wallets. I really don't like them. I don't really see any point or purpose to them. They don't really hold things very well, but they really only serve a purpose of amusing people and just really showing to your friends. So I'm not really a huge fan of them, but I'm going to be showing you how to make one here regardless. So let's start with your first step. The first thing you're going to do is cut out 4 strips of tape that are 4 inches long each. You're going to take your first 2 and you're going to stick them together just like this, directly on top of each other. Take your third one. You're going to line up so it's about 3 inches total wide. It's about 3 inches there. And once again, I'm just showing you how to make the basic concept of a magic wallet. And then you'll take your fourth one, you're going to cover up the rest of the sticky side here and stick that down. So there you have your first piece. You're going to be making another piece just like this, so get 4 more 4-inch strips and stick them together just like this, so you have 2 identical sheets. That's your second step. Alright, so once you've gotten your 2 sheets made here, we're going to start working on the strips that are going to form the magic wallet. Now to make the strips here, all I did was stick 2 pieces of duct tape together, like in this case 2 purple pieces of duct tape together, and I just cut out several strips from it, and I think that's probably the easiest way to make the strips here. First thing we're going to do is make the X part of the magic wallet here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this part over here, the left one, you're going to arrange the 2 so that the X forms directly over top here, and then it crosses directly in the middle. So you want to make sure those stay right there, and you want to make sure you have a little bit folding over the edges here, and that's very important. So you're going to hold the entire thing and flip it over, fold these 2 pieces back over like this, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of tape, in this case I'll use orange, and you're going to stick those 2 pieces down on this side of the sheet here. It's a little bit of an overkill with this giant piece, but you definitely want to make sure those stay on. So you come back to the side there and those will kind of disappear right into this sheet here. That's exactly what you want. So what you're going to do next is you're going to take this sheet and that's going to lay over top of these. So you're going to flip this whole thing over. You're going to have those 2 sticking out. Once again, take your orange piece, or in this case orange piece, and you're going to stick that directly on top. Make sure you don't overlap. Make sure you kind of put on just a little bit before where the 2 pieces connect. And I'm just going to stick that down. Okay, so there you go. Now that's your first step for the magic wallet. Alright, for the next step you need 2 more of these strips, and you want to make sure that they're the same size. And what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 of them just like this, just horizontally. And you want to have a little bit sticking out here. You want to make sure they clear the X so that you don't want them to be overlapping it in any way. So you want to give it plenty of room up top and on the bottom. Make sure you have a little bit sticking over the side. And what you're going to do is flip the whole thing over, line up a little bit just to make sure that it's good. Of course, if you do mess it up, you can just peel it up and then redo it again. It's no big deal. So you're going to pull these 2 around just like you did before. And for this part, you're actually going to need 4 pieces. So I got 4 pieces of duct tape here. So you stick that part down, and then this purple one on the bottom here, and make sure those are stuck to the back side there. And you're going to flip this whole thing over. Now actually what you're going to do with these are actually going to go in underneath this part here. So you're just going to tuck them underneath. And remember, these 2 aren't exactly attached, so you should be able to just slide them right underneath. Make sure that they're straight. And once again, that they do clear the X. It's looking pretty good. So then you're going to flip the whole thing over. And obviously you have those 2 there on the back, so you're just going to stick those 2 down. And once again, make sure that you stick only on this part and not over the part where the 2 are connected. Otherwise it's going to mess more than a few things up. So you want to put this one right over top of that and make sure that one's stuck down. Okay, so there you have your magic wallet, and you will see here if it works. Just slide your credit card here, flip it over, and it's a little bit stuck there, and there you go. Then you have your magic wallet. And you flip it back, it's under the X now, you flip it back over, and it's underneath two of the sides. And you can see there's a little loose. If you want to make these tighter, you just pull them tighter and then stick them down, and that'll make it a little bit so that these things won't fall out. You can put money in here, all kinds of cool stuff, more credit cards. Obviously if you stack more credit cards here, that's going to be a little more secure. You can do these in different shapes too. You can trim the edges to make it look a little bit cooler. You can probably do this in a circle if you want to try to connect two circles. That'd be kind of cool to do. If you want to incorporate these into wallets, all you usually do is put this part as a base into the wallet. Like say for example, is a trifold wallet, so you have one part here, and then this is the last part of the trifold, so that this part is an extender, and then you can flip back and forth inside the actual trifold wallet, for example. So that's how to make a duct tape magic wallet. Once again, I'm not really a fan of these, but I know a lot of people really wanted to learn how to do it, so that's how to make it. Nothing really magical about it. It's just simple flipping properties, the way you made it. And I'll show you an idea here. This is exactly what it looks like on the inside. You've got, it's just a crisscross, and that's how it allows it to flip around inside there. So that's how to make a duct tape magic wallet. Hope you enjoyed this major tutorial, and I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy.